Welcome back, Truth Seeker. At the end of July 2019, headline emerged stating ISIS warns of terror strikes in San Francisco, New York, and London. And these threats are based off of their social media postings. Now, keep in mind this comes less than 2 weeks before the anniversary of the establishment of Al-Qaeda. That anniversary date is August 11th. Supposedly, Al-Qaeda was established August 11th, 1988. And of course, ISIS is said to be the more radical offshoot branch of Al-Qaeda. They said for some of the people in the group, they were getting too soft, so they had to create the more extreme ISIS. Of course, all of this is propaganda. But notice the three cities' names: San Francisco, New York, London. If you type them out, they sum to 118, like August 11th. And not only that, but when you flip the alphabetic order around, it sums to 134, just like Tisha B'Av. And this year, August 11th, is the day of Tisha B'Av, the day of Jewish tragedy and remembrance. And since last year, we've been talking about upcoming August 11th, and a city to keep in mind is San Francisco. We've also mentioned in recent weeks, maybe keep an eye on New York, because New York canceled the PGA Championship for the weekend of August 11th, which was supposed to be held in New York, and they moved it to May, something they've never done before. But you just got to say, what are the odds of this headline at this time in these three cities summing to these specific numbers that we've been looking at all year? And again, ISIS is from Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda established August 11th, 1988. This year, August 11th, will be the 31-year anniversary. 31's the 11th prime number, the 11th of the month. Al-Qaeda blamed for September 11th, a massive 11 ritual, New York, the 11th state. The World Trade Center is 110 stories tall, 1-1. They look like massive 11s, just the buildings themselves. Flight AA-11, supposedly the first to hit, etc., etc. Osama bin Laden equals 110. Yesterday, it was reported that Hamza bin Laden, his son died. Hamza bin Laden 110. That was also from the end of July. So, let's look a little bit more at the images that were supposedly put out by ISIS. Here's one of them. Answer the call. Go and answer the call. Don't spare none. Kill them all. It is now time to rise. Slit their throats. Watch them die. And what's so interesting about this right here is answer the call at the top sums to 141. 811, another way to write the date, August 11th, 811 is the 141st prime number. San Francisco, California, one of the cities named, is 141. And if you write out all the words that are up there, if you write them all out, just using the alphabetic order, it sums to 1,180, 118. What are the odds? What are the odds? Seriously, what are the odds? And remember, it's possible that August 11th comes and we don't see the story that we're expecting, but understand, like I said last year, it's possible it's the big date, or it's possible it's the date that many events will be synced with. And again, this year, we saw the 2 mosque shootings in Christchurch, New Zealand, both in the 8011 area code. And in the shooter's name, they coded 134 like Tisha B'Av. Go back and see my work on that. Not to mention, I said to circle that date in October of last year, March 15th, the day that shooting happened, because that date was being foreshadowed through propaganda in the news. Of course, the Ides of March is always busy, and the Ides of March is to remember the assassination of Caesar Augustus, where the name August is named after Caesar. See how those go together? And then on April 15th, which is San Francisco's establishment date, on April 15th, you had the burning of Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, the one city we're really watching, and also Notre Dame. And Notre Dame and Al-Aqsa Mosque, 2 religious sites, 2 mosques, 2 religious sites, Tisha B'Av, to remember the destruction of the 2 temples. Those 2 religious sites burning on April 15th was exactly 118 days before August 11th. Okay, we've been covering this thoroughly. So no doubt they're syncing up the news with that date. That's why all year they've been coding that date, even in this latest news. And, here's some of the other stuff. Through our blood comes success, and we'll give it our best to destroy the kuffar. That means non-believers. We will slaughter them all. Crusades in London. Crusaders in London. And again, what connects Al-Aqsa Mosque and Notre Dame is the Knights Templar. And how that is the leader of the Knights Templar was burned at the stake in front of Notre Dame once upon a time on Friday the 13th. And during the Crusades, the Knights Templar captured Al-Aqsa Mosque and referred to it as Solomon's Temple, the first of the two temples to be destroyed on Tisha B'Av. So they bring up Crusades, London, Knights Templar. All of these things fit together too perfectly. Too perfectly. So there's no way the continued coding of the same numbers could possibly be coincidental. We'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Until next time.